They have been the subject of whispers, sightings, and classified reports. They are known by a single name, the Greys. Small, gray-skinned beings with enormous black eyes. They are the ones said to have fallen from the skies at Roswell in 1947. But where do they come from? What is life like on their homeworld? Tonight, we will journey beyond the veil of secrecy and into their reality. We will explore the planet the Roswell Greys call home, uncover their social structure, examine their politics, and study their astonishing technology. For decades, governments have dismissed them as fantasy, but if the Roswell Greys are real, and the evidence suggests they are, then so is the world they come from. The Roswell Greys originate from the Zeta Reticuli system, a binary star system roughly 39 light-years away in the constellation Reticulum. It is a system older than our own, its stars dimmer, colder, and more stable. Around one of those stars orbits their home world, a planet scarred by time and stripped of resources. Unlike Earth, with its oceans and forests, the Grey home world is stark and fragile. Its atmosphere is thinner, sunlight weaker, and radiation levels higher. Billions of years of cosmic bombardment shaped a species that adapted to harsh realities. Their large black eyes are not just a feature, they are a survival tool, evolved to gather every photon of dim starlight. Surface life, once vibrant, dwindled long ago. Today, most of their civilization exists beneath the planet's crust, in vast subterranean cities, illuminated by artificial suns. The Greys do not see nature as we do. To them, survival is not about harmony with the land. It is about mastering it, controlling it, and bending it to their will. The Greys' world is old, ancient, and like its people, it carries the scars of survival. On Earth, individuality defines our culture. We thrive on difference, on personal identity, on competition. But the Greys are not like us. Their society is not built around individuals. It is built around the collective. Eyewitness reports, abduction testimonies, and leaked documents all describe the Greys as eerily similar. Nearly identical bodies, similar height, and almost no variation in appearance. This is no accident. Their society has mastered cloning, perfect replication of genetic material. Individual differences, once important, have been erased. This has created a hive-like civilization. Every Grey is born with a role. Some serve as scientists, others as navigators, others as caretakers of genetic stock. Emotion is minimal. They do not raise children as we do. There are no families, no mothers, no fathers. Instead, new Greys are grown in laboratories, engineered for specific purposes. To us, this may feel cold, but to them, it is efficient. It ensures survival. Where humans argue, compete, and divide, the Greys act as one. The success of the group outweighs the needs of the individual. Witnesses often describe their presence as unsettling, not because of malice, but because of their detachment. They do not smile. They do not express anger. They act with calm precision. A civilization without passion may sound alien, but for the Greys, it is their greatest strength. If the Greys live as a collective, how are they governed? Unlike humans, they do not appear to have governments in the sense we know. No presidents, no parliaments, no kings. Instead, their civilization is likely governed by a central council, a ruling body of elder Greys or advanced beings who guide their society with absolute authority. But some researchers suggest something more extraordinary, that their civilization is managed by a planetary artificial intelligence, an ancient system created long ago that now oversees their world with flawless precision. To the Greys, this is not tyranny, it is order. There are no elections, no debates, no revolutions. There is only function and survival. The politics of the Greys are not about personal ambition. They are about strategy. Every decision serves a single purpose, the continuation of their species. Colonization, genetic harvesting, interstellar exploration. These are not choices debated by governments. They are mandates enforced by necessity. And this brings us to one of the most controversial aspects of Grey activity on Earth, their reported genetic programs. Abductees have described medical procedures, DNA extraction, and hybrid experiments. Could it be that the Greys' politics now extend beyond their own planet, into ours? Much of what we know about Grey technology comes from the infamous Roswell incident of 1947. Eyewitnesses describe metallic debris unlike anything seen before, memory metal that snapped back into shape, ultralight alloys, symbols etched into fragments, and, according to some, the bodies of the Greys themselves. If these accounts are true and their technology far surpasses our own, their craft do not burn fuel as rockets do. Instead, they manipulate the very fabric of reality. The disks reported across the world appear to bend gravity itself, creating a bubble of warped space-time around them. This allows them to travel vast distances without faster-than-light propulsion. Physicists have mathematical theories that hint at how this could work in principle. One class of ideas imagines a craft surrounded by a controlled distortion of the space-time metric, a localized bubble where distances and the flow of time differ from the outside. Inside that bubble, the vehicle remains locally stationary, while the bubble itself is carried along by a controlled gradient of space. From the outside, it looks like the craft has teleported or moved faster than light, but locally, nothing inside violated the speed limit. The surrounding geometry did the work. The tricky part, and why it is purely theoretical for us, is that these manipulations require forms of energy or stress energy distributions that we don't know how to create or stabilize with current technology. They often invoke exotic requirements such as negative energy density, tightly controlled quantum fields, or engineered vacuum fluctuations. Another complementary idea is inertia control. Reports describe sudden starts, stops, and impossibly tight turns that would shred any biological passenger in a conventional frame. If a craft can decouple itself from the usual inertial reference frame, effectively reducing or redirecting the force felt by its contents, it can undergo extreme maneuvers without catastrophic G-loads. Concepts in fringe and speculative physics propose ways this might be achieved by dynamically altering local mass energy distributions, or by coupling to the quantum vacuum, producing an inertial dampening effect, and anomalous thrust devices that some researchers interpret as tiny signs of new physics. Whether those effects scale to craft propulsion levels is unknown and hotly debated. Scientific advances also feed into the picture. Ultra-high temperature superconductors, metamaterials that reshape electromagnetic fields, and structures that guide plasmas or manipulate magnetic flux could serve as the engineering scaffolding for larger space-time effects. Instead of propellant, such systems would use fields, intense, precisely controlled EM fields, coupled to engineered quantum states, to create and maintain a localized distortion. In storytelling terms, the Greys disks would be field machines, arrays of exotic generators and pattern materials that don't push in the old sense, but reconfigure the stage on which motion occurs. All of this remains speculative. The math hints that such effects aren't strictly forbidden by general relativity and quantum field theory, but building a practical device would require energy densities, materials, and control systems far beyond our present capability. Still, if even a fragment of the reported Grey technology is real, it suggests civilizations that have learned to move by sculpting space, taming inertia, and engineering the vacuum itself, an ecology of technologies that makes interstellar voyages routine, not heroic. Their mastery of biotechnology is equally profound. The Greys themselves may be bioengineered entities, part flesh, part machine, drones of a greater intelligence, their skin resistant to radiation, their neural systems enhanced for telepathic communication. Their society may be built not just on technology, but on the merging of biology and machine. To us, this technology seems like magic, but for the Greys, it is survival. Without it, their species would have perished long ago. With it, they have become voyagers of the stars. If the Greys truly are from Zeta Reticuli, their world tells us something profound. It shows us what happens to civilizations as they age. Resources dwindle, stars dim, biology weakens, survival demands unity, control, and technological mastery. Perhaps this is why they are here, not as conquerors, but as survivors, seeking what their world no longer offers: genetic diversity, fresh resources, even the spark of individuality they sacrificed long ago. For decades, governments have denied the Roswell incident. They dismiss sightings and silence witnesses, and what we learn from it may not only reveal who they are, but who we may become. The Roswell Greys are not a fantasy. They are a reality, a species born on a dying world in Zeta Reticuli, shaped by survival, bound by collective will, and powered by technology beyond our imagination. Their society is unlike ours, their politics beyond our comprehension, their technology beyond our reach. But their presence here reminds us of a greater truth. The universe is not empty. It is alive, and some of that life has already found us. The question is not whether the Greys are real. The question is, why are they here?